Hello friends. More than 37 years after it debuted, Star Trek: The Next Generation remains one of the most beloved and influential sci-fi series of its era. And for many fans it grew to surpass its predecessor series in terms of quality, depth, and thematic complexity. The Next Generation also made worldwide stars out of its ensemble cast. So today, in this video you will see how actors of the movie Star Trek: The Next Generation have changed. You will know their original names and age. I will show you how they looked then in 1987 and how they look now in 2024. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Let's go! Patrick Stewart as Jean-Luc Picard. Born July 13, 1940. Age filming, 47 age. The captain of the Enterprise, Jean-Luc Picard, was played by Sir Patrick Stewart for all 7 seasons. Sir Patrick Stewart had the unenviable task of following William Shatner's James T. Kirk as the next captain of the Enterprise in Star Trek canon. Somehow, as Captain Jean-Luc Picard, he not only pulled it off, but managed to become a science fiction icon to rival Kirk, leading the Enterprise crew with steely resolve and an always commanding presence. Stewart was knighted by Queen Elizabeth II in 2010 for services to drama. He was nominated for a Screen Actors Guild Award for his performance in 1995. He won a Grammy in 1996 for Best Spoken Word Album for Children for his reading of Prokofiev, Peter and the Wolf. Stewart, 84, will conclude Picard's story in 2023 after 3 seasons of Star Trek: Picard on Paramount. LeVar Burton as Geordi La Forge. Born February 16, 1957. Age filming, 30 age. LeVar Burton played the engineering genius Geordi La Forge. Besides Stewart, Burton was easily the most well-known member of the cast. 10 years prior, he had played Kunta Kinte in the 1977 ABC miniseries Roots, which was nominated for 37 Emmy Awards, winning 9, including a nomination for Burton. When he was cast as La Forge, the chief engineering officer who happened to be blind, a big step forward in disability representation at the time. His iconic visor made him one of the most instantly recognizable characters in the franchise. From 1990 to 1996. Burton also voiced Kwame on Captain Planet and the Planeteers for over 100 episodes. In 1999, he directed the Disney Channel original movie classic Smart House. Burton, 67, was recently at the center of a campaign to take over as the new host of Jeopardy! Gates McFadden as Beverly Crusher. Born March 2, 1949. Age filming, 38 age. Gates McFadden played the chief medical officer Dr. Beverly Crusher for 6 seasons. She was replaced briefly in season 2. Dr. Crusher was introduced as the chief medical officer of the Enterprise with a long relationship with Picard, her late husband. Jack and Picard were close friends, and Picard even brought back Jack's body after death. McFadden, at 76, has appeared in episodes of shows like Franklin and Bash, NCIS, In the Practice. She was also in a 2009 holiday rom-com called Make the Yuletide Gay. Michael Dorn as Worf. Born December 9, 1952. Age filming, 35 age. Michael Dorn played Worf. He was the first Klingon to be a main character in Star Trek in 3 of the original films. Klingon were, if not the main antagonists, one of the secondary foes. One of the most important aspects of the future established by Star Trek: The Next Generation was the evolved relationship between humans and Klingon. This time around, the series put a Klingon on the Enterprise bridge in the form of Worf, the intense warrior turned Federation office played by Michael Dorn. Dorn's portrayal of Worf made him perhaps the most popular Klingon in the history of the series. Dorn, 72, has been in more episodes of Star Trek than any other actor. Dorn appeared in 2 of the Santa Claus movies as the Sandman. And he was also in Ted 2. In real life, he's also an accomplished pilot. Jonathan Frakes as William Riker. Born August 19, 1952. Age filming, 35 age. Commander William T. Riker. Picard's right-hand man and first officer. Was played by Jonathan Frakes. Riker was more of the classic Trek rogue. Similar in some ways to William Shatner's Captain James T. Kirk. Namely, his penchant for getting into trouble and getting women across the galaxy to fall in love with him. But he was also a trusted colleague and friend to Picard across 7 seasons and 4 movies. Picking up Riker from Farpoint Station is actually one of the crew's first missions in the pilot. Frakes, 72, has appeared in Picard and Lower Decks. He's also a successful director. Marina Sirtis as Deanna Troi. Born March 29, 1955. Age filming, 32 age. Marina Sirtis played Deanna Troi, the ship's counselor and an empath. Also appearing in 4 Star Trek films as the psychically powered space crusader. As Counselor Deanna Troi, Marina Sirtis added an element to the Next Generation that even the original series never quite explored. She was in some ways the heir to Uhura. But in others her position as counselor allowed her to inject a new sense of emotional and psychological depth to the series. And her relationship with William Riker may be the best romance in Trek history. Sirtis, 69, reprised the role for 1 episode of Picard with her on-screen husband, Riker. Brent Spiner as Data. Born February 2, 1949. Age filming, 38 age. Brent Spiner played Data, an android who was on a quest to become more human while most of the characters on TNG were almost entirely original. Data was clearly conceived as the show's version of Spock, another character who struggled with the concept of humanity. The role was Data, who turned the aspirational android into one of the franchise's most beloved characters. Spiner appeared in all 4 TNG movies. They keep finding ways for Spiner, 75, to stay in the Trek universe. Even 21 years after Data's death in Star Trek, Nemesis. In fact, his character might have had the most complete arc when you take in his sacrifice at the end of Nemesis. He also played an ancestor of his character's creator, Dr. Arik Sung, in 4 episodes of Enterprise's 4th season. Wil Wheaton as Wesley Crusher. Born July 29, 1972. Age filming, 15 age. Wil Wheaton played Wesley Crusher, Dr. Crusher's son and a controversial character. Wil Wheaton was just a teen when he played Wesley Crusher on TNG, taking on the part of the space savant in 1987. Not long after his role in the classic Stand By Me. While Wesley was no stranger to a bit of mischief while on the Enterprise, fans were happy to have him back with a surprise appearance at the end of Picard's 2nd season. As Wesley Crusher, he injected a teenage energy into Star Trek that hadn't been seen so frequently before. And as a result his character became a divisive topic among fans. Wheaton, 52, made a surprise cameo at the end of Season 2 of Picard. John Delancey as Q. Born March 20th, 1948. Age filming, 39 age. John Delancey played Q, a mischievous, omnipotent being throughout all 7 seasons of TNG. John Delancey's villainous Q terrorized Picard and the Enterprise for most of TNG. He put the robes back on as the all-powered, extra-dimensional being as the main nemesis during Season 2 of Picard. Delancey, 76, returned for Season 2 of Picard. The actor returned to the Trek universe to play Q once again on the 1st season of the animated series Lower Decks in 2020. Whoopi Goldberg as Guinan. Born November 13, 1955. Age filming, 32 age. She played as Guinan, an alien bartender in the ship's lounge who acted as a sounding board for many characters. At the same time, Goldberg was becoming a true A-lister. In 1990, she starred in Ghost, which eventually won her an Oscar. Goldberg, 69, accepted a personal invitation from Stewart during The View to return as Guinan in Season 2 of Picard. Majel Barrett as Lwaxana Troi. Born February 23, 1932. Age filming, 55 age. Majel Barrett was a real scene stealer as Lwaxana Troi, Federation ambassador and Deanna Troi's mother. Also the voice of the ship's computer. The wife of Star Trek creator Gene Roddenberry was also the voice for the ship's computer systems. Across several series from 1966 to 2009. Sadly, she passed in 2008 at 76 age. Cole Meany as Miles O'Brien. Born May 30th, 1953. Age filming, 34 age. Cole Meany had a recurring role as the transporter chief Miles O'Brien. O'Brien was such a prominent supporting character on TNG that Meany ultimately migrated over to take a major role on the follow-up series Star Trek, Deep Space Nine, where he continued to play O'Brien until that series ended in 1999. Since his Star Trek days, Meany has remained a prolific character actor. Meany, 71, continued to play O'Brien in Deep Space Nine through 1999. After wrapping up his role in Deep Space Nine, Meany went on to be nominated for a Gemini Award in 2002 for his role in Canadian series Random Passage. Denise Crosby as Tasha Yar. Born November 24, 1957. Age filming, 30 age. Denise Crosby only starred in one season of TNG as Natasha Yar. Yar's death was one of the biggest shocks of TNG and proved this wasn't going to be like the original show. Deaths weren't just reserved for red shirts here. No one was safe. Her character was killed in the Season 1 episode Skin of Evil by a malevolent tar-like creature. As the granddaughter of Bing Crosby, Denise Crosby was born Hollywood royalty and began her screen acting career in the 1980s with roles in films like 48 Hours, Curse of the Pink Panther, and The Man Who Loved Women. As Lieutenant Tasha Yar on The Next Generation, she made a distinct impression on fans despite only appearing as a regular cast member in the first season, and was able to return as her character's hybrid half-daughter, Sela, in subsequent seasons. Crosby, 67, recently appeared in a few episodes of General Hospital.